Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how I outline my drawings. As you can see, I'm starting out with a pencil sketch that is pretty much completed. So for the pens I'm using Prismacolor fine line markers. There's a 005, a 01, 03, 05, and a 08 in the set. I use the 05 to outline the head. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the thicker tipped marker to outline major elements of the drawing. And then for interior detail work, I'm going to use like the 01 or the 05. That's what I'm using right now, is the 005 to do the details in her face. This is really fine tip, and it's what you want is you want to get line contrast. You don't want all your lines to be the same thickness. So using a set like this really helps to add interest to your drawing. So all the outlining I'm doing right now is with the 05. So you can see it's all major elements of the suit she's wearing. There's no inside work that I'm doing with this, just the outlines. And then as you can see, I'm kind of adding like black, those are kind of pipes that are in the background. That's another thing I do is those thick black pipes add contrast to most of the really thin lines that you'll see for the detail. So for her body inside the suit, you can see I'm using the much finer tip, and that's what I'm doing all the really small details like her hands and things like that with. So when you're outlining, it's really important to pay attention to what it is you're outlining. Big solid objects, if it's a big piece of the suit or something like that, or whatever you're drawing, or the edge of the tree, that's when I use my really thick lines. And then let's say if you're drawing a tree and you do the inside, the bark and stuff, I would use a really fine tip pen. So when I'm drawing this robot, like the piece I'm drawing right here, the detail work, the numbers, all those little intricate things, I'm using that fine tip. And I don't want to get too heavy-handed. I want to have that, like I said before, I want that contrast between those thick lines and those thin lines. Now, I didn't do it for this drawing, but you can do a lot of like line work, cross-hatching and stuff like that, that even adds more contrast. Some of the like vents for the ears and stuff like that, that's repetition, and that's some nicer elements of art as well. Now what you're watching me do here is I kind of started out with that 05 tip, and I felt like it wasn't giving me quite the contrast I wanted, and so I decided to add another like line thickness to the drawing. I'm just outlining the main drawing with a really thick marker, and that is a Faber-Castell black marker, and the tip is flimsy. It's not like a hard tip like the other ones. It feels a little bit more like a brush when you're using it. So now that I have that really thick outline around the entire drawing, you can really see the contrast now. I mean, I feel like for my style, and that's what this video is about, it's my style. I mean, some people have a much more textured ink pen style and stuff like that, but for this specific one, I really like that really thick outline. It really makes, I feel like, the drawing pop off the page, and it makes that detail work stand out too, I believe. So I feel like this is a good time to also bring up, when I say my style, this is just something I'm currently working with. I feel like a lot of times people tend to get stuck and say, oh, it's just my style in a certain thing. If I found a way to like just make my drawing more alive or just add something else to it, I would have no problem completely changing my style or from what I'm currently doing. By no means is this what I feel like is the ultimate version of my drawing. It's just the way I'm currently doing it, and I'm liking the way I'm doing it, but I'm always looking for new ways to improve it. And I think that's what I'm trying to get at, is if I wouldn't get too stuck on something if I were you guys, especially if you're beginning artists. Always be looking to improve and try not to get too stuck in thinking that you need to have your own individual style, like I said, especially if you're a beginning artist. I would say, like with this drawing, there's a lot of things I would totally love to change about this. I see artists on Instagram every day that I follow that do amazing stuff with pen and ink, more textural stuff that I haven't really been experimenting with these drawings. So like I said, don't get too stuck up in a style that you think is your own to where you're not willing to move beyond that to improve your art. So right here I just decided to start adding some color with some Copic markers, and yeah, so I kind of just, you can kind of see the full effect of the black outlines and everything like that in the drawing. But anyway, I hope this was somewhat helpful. I felt like this was just a short little video to kind of explain how I do these I've been doing a lot of robotic drawings and stuff like that. And I figured I'd do a quick little video on how I outline. So I hope you guys liked it, and thanks for watching.